All of the columns associated with the budget grid can be added to a view. Views, or page layouts, are combinations of columns on the budget grid. The views enable you to see the data in different ways. Before creating custom views, think about how your end users will manage their budgets. Will they be entering monthly plan and forecast data? Or will they input this data quarterly? Do your end users need visibility into actuals and the variance between planned and actual spend? Do you want to simplify things for them so they only see the plan column during the planning process? Allocadia has 6 out-of-the-box views. One input view, perfect for the marketing end user's daily input. The input view displays the plan, forecast, and actuals monthly. 4 quarterly views. If you maintain your spend on a quarterly basis, the quarterly view is ideal for your input. Quarterly views display monthly forecast, monthly actuals, quarterly plan, forecast, and actuals, and quarterly plan versus actuals. And last but not least, one fiscal year summary view. It's a great overview of where you are to date. The fiscal year summary view displays the fiscal year plan, fiscal year forecast, fiscal year actuals, and fiscal year plan versus actuals. Let's create a custom view. In the settings area, click on the green Page Layout hyperlink. The body of the page is an image showing the budget grid structure. To the right is a list of available to add columns. Columns that have been assigned to the budget grid or roll-up panel will be in the list. To create a new view, click the plus New View button. The New View pop-up window will open. Single-click into the new text box and name the view. If you would like to create the view from a blank layout, ensure that the Create Blank Layout radio dial is selected. If you would prefer to use the current view you are on as a template for the new view, select the Copy Current Layout radio dial. In this example, we will use the blank layout. Click the plus Create button. To add columns to the budget grid, click on the columns icon and drag the column to the header of the budget grid. If you see a red X, do not release the column, otherwise it will return to the Available to Add list. When you see a green arrow where you would like to insert the column, release your mouse. If you would like to remove a column from the grid view, click the red X next to the column name. Once you have placed the columns in their desired position in the view, click the Save button. To edit an existing view, select the View from Views drop-down menu. Remove and add columns and then click the Save button. Tags are labels that can be put on a value. They are a way of assigning a status to a marketing spend in Allocadia. We recommend you use tags to label your forecast values in the forecast columns, noting if the forecast spend is forecasted, committed, occurred, or optional. Tagging, aka labeling your forecast, provides insights into your true forecast, taking into account the status of the spend. Allocadia has 4 standard tags. Forecast, meaning I still plan to spend this amount. Please note that the spend should be input into the month when the service will be performed or the goods delivered. Committed, meaning I have verbally or contractually committed to this spend. Occurred, meaning this service has been performed or their goods have been delivered during this month and should be recognized in this month. And optional, which means if we have extra money, I would like to spend this amount. Or, if the budget gets cut, we can remove this spend. Companies can create their own custom tags or edit the existing ones to match their own custom definitions. In the settings area, click the green Tags hyperlink. You can see a list of the standard tags. To add a custom tag, single-click into the name text box. Type in the name of the tag. Single-click on the color box icon to the right of the name text box. Select a color for the tag. Colors make it so that you can see the status of your spend at a quick glance. Try and make the tag colors as different as possible to make it easy to tell them apart. Click the plus Add button. You have now successfully added a tag. To edit an existing tag, click the green Edit hyperlink next to the tag color. Click into the text box where the tag name is and type in the new name. Click the color box and select a new color. Click the green Save hyperlink. To delete an existing tag, click the green Edit hyperlink next to the tag color. Note, the default tag, which is identified by the radio dial, cannot be deleted. Click the red Del hyperlink. A pop-up window will appear for confirmation. Click the Yes button. Also, please note that if you delete a tag that is currently in use on a budget, the value will automatically be tagged with the default tag. The account preferences are the little things that make differences to how comfortable your marketing end users are with using Allocadia. In Allocadia, you can change the names on action buttons, how numbers are displayed on the budget grid. You can set a budget workflow for your marketing end users, and so much more. There are 3 different areas of the account preferences: budget specific, names of buttons, and workflow. The budget specific settings are a set of preferences that relate to the budget tab, including the details, PO, and actuals panels. The right align numbers and cells option affects all numbers on the budget grid. The values in the plan, forecast, and actuals columns will all be right aligned in the cells. If this option is deselected, all currency values displayed on the budget grid will be left aligned. The Include Decimals in All Numbers option displays all currency columns and fields on the budget grid, details, PO, and actuals panels with 2 decimal places. If this option is deselected, whole numbers will show without decimal places, and fractional numbers will display with 2 decimal places. Enter your fiscal year start in the Start Year Calendar field. The Show Details and Actuals panel option enables the Details, PO, and Actuals panel on the budget grid. If this option is deselected, the panels will be deselected, and you will no longer be able to track additional attributes on your spend, such as target audience and marketing objective. You will be able to import actuals and POs and see the actuals values in the actuals column. However, you will not be able to look at the details. The Show Details and Actuals panel feature is enabled by default. We highly recommend keeping this enabled. The Select Default tab drop-down also refers to the Details, PO, and Actuals panels. When accessing the panels, you single-click the double arrow icon on the budget grid. You can choose which panel is the first panel you see when you click on the icon. By default, the Details panel is the first tab as the marketing end users complete the details on the Details panel when they create a new line item, subcategory, or category. POs and actuals are imported, meaning the panels are accessed less frequently. The Names of Buttons references the 4 main action buttons on the budget grid. We recommend making these buttons reflect terminology that your marketing team will understand. Category, a top-level group of like spend activities. Subcategory, a subgrouping of like spend activities. Line items, rows where individual spend is entered. Placeholder, rows where total plan amounts are entered for a group. What is the workflow preference? Companies can provide their marketing end users with a workflow process that requires the input of specified fields when creating categories, subcategories, line items, and placeholders. When the workflow is enabled and a user clicks the plus new line item button, a workflow pop-up window will open where the user can name the line item and complete the input fields. In the settings area, click the green Preferences hyperlink. Change the fiscal year start date by clicking on the calendar icon or single-clicking into the year start field. Change the name of a button by single-clicking into the text field and rename. Single-click the Save button. Enable the workflow entry function by selecting the Enable Workflow Entry checkbox. Allocadia accommodates all currencies and multi-currency functionality. There are 4 steps in setting and managing your currency. Step 1. Choose a master currency for your company. This is the currency that you want each budget underneath the roll-up to convert to in your roll-up view and reports. Step 2. Assign 1 currency per budget. As noted in video 1 of 7, Building the Hierarchy, there can only be 1 currency per budget. These must be individually set at the budget level. Step 3. Set the currency exchange rates of the local currency to the master currency. Step 4. Update the exchange rates. Some companies choose to use the initial setup currency throughout the year. However, we recommend updating the currency on a monthly or quarterly basis when finance closes their books. This keeps the values more accurate. Let's give it a try. In the settings area, click on the green currency hyperlink. There are 3 sections to the currency settings area. Import actuals currency. Does your company manage all of the financials in one master top-level currency, Or do the groups that work in their local currency also track their actuals in their local currency? Select the option that applies to your company by clicking on the radio dial. In our example, we will select Master, top-level folder currency, as the company we are setting up imports their actuals already converted into their master currency. Under the default exchange rates, select the master currency by clicking the currency drop-down next to the roll-up folder. In our example, I will choose the Canadian dollar. If you do not see the currency you require, please contact our support team via support.allocadia.com. Go down the list of budgets and select the currency for each budget. A default exchange rate will appear in the exchange rates column as a rough starting point. To edit the exchange rates, click the green Edit Hyperlink. Single-click into the cell to edit the value and click the green Save Hyperlink to close the field. The drill-down exchange rates are the updated monthly or quarterly exchange rates. At the end of the period when finance closes their books, the account owner or administrator would come in and edit the exchange rates for the currency to match the most recent exchange rate. To edit the exchange rate, click the green Edit Hyperlink. Click into the field and edit the rate. Click the green Save Hyperlink to close the field. What are custom settings? Custom settings are settings that are specific to a subfolder, rolling down to the subfolders and budgets inside. Custom settings are used when there are columns and fields or views that are specific to a regional, functional area of spend, etc. If an area of the marketing department wants to track custom metrics that are not relevant to the rest of the marketing department, they can create a custom field at the custom settings level. Not every area of the marketing department has the same workflow for inputting their plan, forecast, and actuals. Create a custom view to suit their needs. On the Home tab, find the subfolder where you would like to create custom columns, fields, and views. Click the Custom Settings link in the Edit Settings column. The Custom Settings area functions in the same manner as the Master Settings area. You can create columns and fields and create custom views. A connector enables Allocadia to directly connect with your CRM, marketing automation, and social media management platforms to link your marketing investment spend in Allocadia to your results data, giving a full picture of your marketing ROI. In the Master Settings area, click the green Connectors hyperlink. Find the connector that you would like to enable. Note, if there is a connector that you feel would be beneficial, submit a feature request via the Allocadia Support community page at support.allocadia.com. In our example today, we will connect our Salesforce account to Allocadia. Click the Plus Connect button next to the Salesforce icon. A new browser window will open, prompting you to log into your Salesforce account. In the username and password fields, enter your Salesforce credentials. Note there can only be one Salesforce account connected per rollup. Let's recap what we just learned. We learned how to plan our columns and fields, how to create and manage the columns and fields, how to create and edit views, how to create and edit tags, how to adjust our account preferences, how to set the budget currencies, what the custom settings are, and how to connect your CRM, marketing automation, and social media management software to Allocadia. Jump into the application and get your hands dirty. Configure your company's Allocadia account. Now that we have built our budget hierarchy and configured our account settings, what comes next? It's time to set up our budgets. Watch the next video in the self-serve training series, video 3 of 7, Importing Budget Data. To find the remainder of the self-serve training series and our support articles, go to support.allocadia.com. Thank you for joining us and have a great day.